All in favour of me just starting the stream now, say aye. All in favour of me waiting another 10 minutes. Don't say anything. And I can just do that instead. Damn, that was a pretty damn quick eye, I'm going to be honest. Go on then. Go, we need to have a word with these race organisers getting me to play MX Bikes on the weekend. It is crazy work. On my Sunday. And you know, the thing is as well, I really enjoy these tracks that Aiden makes, but every single Sunday when these races are on, I forget that there is actually a race on. And I get to like 2 hours before race time, I'm like, oh, there's a race today. Linda, we need to eat dinner sooner rather than later. Then she chefs something up, and then the tummy is full, and we're good to bark some virtual dirt bikes. So we'll see how it goes. This is last week's track that I'm on right now, by the way. The actual track comes out in 9 minutes from right now, and as soon as it comes out, the qualifying begins. It's straight into qualifying servers. So you have to learn the track and try and put a fast lap time down at the same time. So we're gonna see how it goes. How do you fix game crash? I mean, there's 100 different reasons games could crash, so I need a little bit more information. I need a bit more information than that. That's not a one-size-fits-all. This is MX Bikes. The game's held together by duct tape. That's how it be. You woke up an hour ago. Perfect timing. Very, very perfect. You don't feel like you have much of a Sunday left if you only woke up an hour ago, though. I think what happened, Pinky, is there's a ghost patch for the game that caught everybody that was using Kaizo, and it just banned them behind the scenes, so it's just going to keep causing your game to crash until you uninstall it. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Yeet. I couldn't tell you the reason why I'm on the Yami today rather than the Fantic. I mean, it worked out alright for me at Daytona, so we'll certainly try and give her a go again. See how that all works. I mean, everybody else rides one anyway, so if you can't beat them, join them, and then you still won't be able to beat them because it is just a skill issue, the root cause. Yeet. Why is the 250 class gone? I didn't know it was. Hang on. Now you say that, I actually don't remember, seeing the 250 class there. Is there anything in Discord about it, or did Aiden genuinely just forget about the class? For God's sake. Man, I've been logged out of my MXB. Right, race lists. That is very strange. What if I go to the one last week and then go to... What on earth am I looking at here? This race is not available because the championship is inactive. Yeah, he might have chalked it. He might have got rid of the series. I just went to the previous round, went to click on the championship for it, and it says the championship's inactive now. I don't know, that's strange. I hadn't seen an announcement about it or anything. So there wasn't enough entries. That is kind of fair, I suppose, because the format that this race is run under, it does need a good amount of sign-ups. I'm sad for Aiden, because I know how much time he spends on these tracks and how many very, very late nights he spends on it when he has to get up and work a couple hours later as well. So it is a shame to see the popularity of this series, like, falling off a cliff. I think more of it's to do with the general health and... I'd say general opinion of the community as well, because we are very much in an era where people do like their really, really fast, a little bit overscaled tracks, so when you have something a bit more technical and slower, I feel like it appeals to the old heads of the community, but then the youngsters probably don't vibe with it quite as well. There's one guy that's left 2 reviews on Aiden's Anaheim track. 40 days apart from each other, by the way. So it's the same track twice, and he said basically different ways of wording it, but he's basically just said track looks nice, but jumps are too small. And it's like, first of all, don't know why you've done this twice, 40 days apart. But the second part is, do you just lack the reading comprehension to read the description of a product that you're buying? It quite clearly says it's 1-to-1 scaling. If your game is crashing when you're going to the track, then you have installed the tyres incorrectly in your game. So you gotta go through that process of getting them installed again. That is the sole reason that could happen. Do I think these tracks are better than the aerial flat Supercross tracks? I do, yes. I do. 2 reasons. One, the scaling makes things a bit more technical, but then also they are fully custom. So Aiden's able to make whatever rhythm sections he wants, whereas the aerial tracks have to follow a predetermined track layout, so you can't really be too imaginative as the track creator when you're making them replica tracks. Sign-ups for GPs. I don't know when the sign-ups actually begin, but I believe round 1 is on the 23rd of March. Usually... Actually, does anybody know what day the 23rd of March is? Like, what day of the week? Part of me wants to say it's a Monday. So usually for, like, races on Fridays, the sign-ups will go up on the Wednesday before. So I'd maybe say... maybe like the 21st? So maybe like Saturday the 21st or something like that? Have a look around that time. To the best of my knowledge as well, I don't think there's going to be an AMS GP series in the same way there's no AMS Supercross anymore. So you boys are going to have to get your outdoors grindage on. And I thought, since I've been having a bit of luck on the Yamaha recently and just the overall speed's improved, I thought I tried last night. I took it on an outdoors track, and it just didn't feel nice. So I went back to the KTM for outdoors, and the KTM feels good to me over the rough stuff, so I think I'll just default back to that when the time comes. I am happy with the tracks chosen for the GPs. I hope, well, now that the list of tracks is out, I hope B-Clay doesn't mind me saying this, because I'm happy to take all of the brunt of people's opinions of it. Is me and B-Clay were in DMs having conversations about what tracks should be used. And we went back and forth on a few things, and I was like, what about this? And then he gave like reasoning as to why it like wouldn't be great, and I feel like we made a good compromise on tracks that are, you know, pivotal GP tracks, and then trying to add in some tracks that are newer on the calendar that haven't been done 5 or 6 different times already in the game. So I'm happy with where it's at. There's some tracks, for example, like the British GP, so me and B-Clay are both from the UK, so we would have loved for there to be one of the British GPs in there, but it's going to be at Fox Hills, and Fox Hills is having like a full overhaul done, like a full rework for the GP, so we have no data on that, so B-Clay can't essentially make a track that doesn't exist yet. So there's a few tracks like that. I think there was another one that there was no real good like LiDAR data for either, so he couldn't really work with anything. But I feel like we've found a happy medium. Like, I don't think there's anybody out there that will be unhappy with Darwin being chosen, because Darwin looks like a fun track. I was quite shocked that the actual like length of the Darwin track, when you look at, if you just like look at an aerial drone view of the track itself actually looks really, really short. So I'm curious to see what the lap times are going to be like. Will I not ego your DMs if you make KTM GP setup? You can slide something my way, Cade, and I'll try it. I tend to ego everybody's DMs when it comes to suspensions, just because I get so much sent my way. So, so Daytona, for example, that just happened, I was using a setup that is called TJX SPX. So it's obviously one that Tyler and Splasher worked together on, and it felt really, really, really good. After the race was done, so Splash won the NA side of things. Splash sent me a updated like Supercross with ruts set up that he just won on, and I tried it, and I actually preferred the one I was using anyway. So it's just weird how suspensions work for some people and not others, like what people like and what people don't like. I think that's part of the reason as well why, even though I have had offers and have spoken to people about like sponsorship and being paid for like, you know, promo codes and saying use this suspension, use this code, X amount off, and I'd probably get paid quite well for it. I think the reason I haven't committed to it yet is just because I myself never commit to a particular suspension brand because I'm just always switching. Especially when it's from an outdoors to an indoors perspective, like different things work differently for me as well. All right, let's get this track in the game. Has anyone posted the password in here? Not yet. Let me load up the shop, see if the shop's going to refresh. I'm a minute late as well, actually. It's been a minute and 15 seconds. There we go. Right. Boso, MX Bikes, Mods, Tracks. Where's my KBR folder? Drag, drop, copy, paste. Close, reload game. I may as well, whilst I'm here actually, let me have a quick look at what qualifying server I'm in. Save me guessing all the time. I am in Group 2. Nice. I got Cam in my lobby as well, so I'll be able to see what the fast lines are. Not single player. Hang on, I need to hop straight in. KB. There we go, Kbell. I always go to type in KBL. Quali 2, join. See what this is all about then. I did see from Aiden's preview laps, there is a couple of big boy lines. So we'll see if we can tie a full lap together. It's always quite tricky on these Kbell tracks because they're longer than the generic Supercross tracks are. So the longer track means you get less attempts at a hot lap, and it's also just harder to complete a hot lap anyway. Is it St. Jude this weekend? Do you want to have a name, number, share to a pink set so you can have some pink gear? Yeah, I don't mind that, Aiden. That'd be doing me a solid. Thank you very much. I do. I have a black. Actually, no, I have a black and pink gear. I don't know if it's the same one that you're thinking of. I do have a black and pink one with my name on it already. I remember back in 2023, I think it was, Supercross. I think it was round 2 was like the cancer round. And I had a full pink Fantic bike. And that thing, I mean, the front end on the Fantic then was absolute arse cheeks, but I thought it looked cool. Alright, let's make a little beeline over to the finish. So finish line is here on my right, so we are going to go around here. And let's see what we're rocking with. So I think it's going to be probably a triple or a quad in, maybe? A nice straightforward swoop section, nothing too deep there. And then you can either jump around the corner, which I imagine might be a bit difficult with bales to not cut over and get cuts. Or you can go around it on the inside. Got a little on, off. Double into the corner. Oh, I forget how slick these tracks are. I can always just feel the back end one slide around on me. Little double into here. Step over. Yeah, okay, step over triple is going to be the way to go there. Definitely don't want to go on, off. He loves a little jump over a table like this. Really steep downside as well, but luckily it's not straight into a turn on the landing like last week's was, so you should be able to get away with messing it up a little bit. So I think here you want to go quad, downside this jump. Maybe if you land here, you can then jump all the way out? We'll see. Me and Apogee are not barking the virtual dirt course with each other right now. We'll step over, triple out. That seems quite straightforward. Oh. The berms are quite shallow, so they don't hold you too well. I think with the right gearing and the right downside, you might be able to quad into there. Which would save you a lot of time, because then you'd be able to do the whole section in 2 jumps rather than 3. I do like what I'm doing there, going double in and then going on off at the end. I feel like any time you can stay on top of tables rather than jumping over them, you're usually going to go quite a bit quicker. I also like inside there going double, triple, triple. And we've got this triple, triple into the turn. Send that bad boy. Try and stretch this out. Nice. Don't know if it's actually... Oh, saying that, I was going to say, I don't know if it's worth using that berm, but holy game freeze. It will be, I think it will be worth it once the road comes in. Otherwise you're going to be sliding around too much. We'll step over. Hello Mike, I'm very well thank you, and back at you, hope you're good. And hope everybody's doing good, yeah? Anyone chilling in the stream? I'm glad that you're choosing to spend a little bit of your Sunday with me. So qualifying is live right now. So, oh, I thought that was Brock for some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, qualifying is live right now, so all these lap times will count. And the good thing is, if you don't qualify straight through, just with this format, as long as you have good racecraft, you can make it through anyway. Oh. I think the guy back there was riding a 254 stroke. Because I have a model swap on my KTM, so I shouldn't be able to see the KTM unless he's on a 350. 350 could slap. Let's try an inside here, see what it's all about. Little over, on, off, triple, and not a fan of that one because then I end up jumping into the corner like this, and I always try and avoid that as much as possible. Oh, there you go, triple quad, but you do have to downside that triple nice. It's where you're landing on a 5-footer rather than a 3-footer, you have to really get the angle of the bike nicely. Otherwise you clip your back end too much. On, off, jump into the turn, triple, triple, double. And you haven't got to have a great turn there, to be honest, because the next jump ins are really shallow. Over that bad boy, over that as well. We open this up. Do you think that's a little bit quicker than using the berm? Yeah, Aiden made that jump in look so easy on his preview lap. Oh, it's a shame that I messed up that section, because I think that would have been a pretty damn decent just banker lap to work off of. Like, it was quite clean. You want MTG now? I want it now as well, but it does still need some development work done on it from what I've seen and what I've played, so I don't mind. Murder just got that clean, so I don't mind them taking their time with it. I'd much rather it be a nice, fully polished product by the time it comes out. Can I triple? Oh, you can triple from the inside and then go on there. That's pretty big. I do think that's faster than what I was doing originally with the doubling. No. Oh, just tagged my back end. It was 3.9 up. Oh, so that's decent. That's not too shabby. I notice with these tracks, they always feel quite long, but then the lap times don't tend to match. Like, I'd expect this to be a 1 minute 20 plus, something like that, but I reckon Cam will be in the 103s, 102s, something like that by the end of quali. As a big quad. As a very, very big quad. Gonna see some RF this week. Depends what my Wednesday looked like. So the reason I didn't do Daytona last week, or I guess this week, technically. The reason I didn't do it was just because I was tired. You know, I was tired with still 4 hours to go until the actual race starts. I don't know how Murder got that quad so easily on the way in? That might be suspension diff. I'm sure if you got something a little bit more springy, you'll be able to get that cleaner. I do much prefer tripling into that corner than doubling into it though. Yeah, the tracks are still slippery. I don't know if you're asking in like a negative sense or just curious, Jake, but they have to be slippery for the scaling to work, otherwise you're just going to be going way too fast everywhere. You end up just quad in every single section. Just gotta be a bit patient on the old throttle inputs. So far, this first landing after this finish line is the one that's given me the most grief. Everything else is pretty straightforwards around here. Oh, we're swapping. Yoit. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be viable, especially when you can get through the whole section in 2 jumps there. Supermoto OEMs are out. Oh, great, exactly what we've all been asking for. Love that. Yeah, I don't mean to seem ungrateful, but that's such like a niche part of the community. Oh. I wonder if people are going to be able to quad through there every single lap. I'm kind of worried about losing too much time. I don't think there's any point in comparing these tracks to this year's aerial tracks. They're just so different in the way they're meant to ride. And I sound like a broken record talking about the aerial tracks anyway, because they're not going to change. Like the scaling is their scaling. It's just not for me personally. I just think the tracks being inherently big for aerial hinders everything. We've only got 17.5 minutes left to go in quali right now. I need to try and lock in just a little bit. So I can get the triple quad, but it's definitely not going to be as fast as going quad triple. No, you motherfucker. Ugh. That's probably one of the downsides I have about the slipperiness of these tracks, is it like entering whoop sections. Because I know Aiden's in here lurking and he just loves putting whoops out of a 90-degree turn, and it's like it really fucks you. So what do you mean I actually have to check up and make sure I hit the whoops straight? This isn't real life. Oh, come on, front end. Work with me. Work with me, not against me. To be honest, I don't think it ever works. Like, steering in this back end is just shit. Like, steering with the back end in this game is just shit, is what I mean. It's just the way the game's physics and the way speed works, it just never works well. In Sim, it's great. It's just in MX bikes, you just always want to be tracking everywhere. I don't feel like there's anywhere on these tracks where I gain an advantage by trying to slide the back end around. I always feel like it just hinders me, because then I can't get over like the next rhythm section for example, because I'm not moving forwards, just kind of spinning up on the spot. Like there, I'm sliding there. I'm not moving forwards at all. I'm just sat spinning up on the spot. Oh, I see Ika's signed up again. I wonder if his brother that may or may not be real will also be racing in the same week, or if they're coincidentally going to be not racing at the same time again. God damn it. Playing like some hot arse right now. I think there's parts of this track where the 250s will actually be better. Especially in like the really slow corners. Hayden, is that right side taller? Can't get through the whoops right now. Not good. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I think the right side's taller to let you go quad triple easier. Oh, no. Oh, it was an okay lap. Still messy though, like that entire far rhythm section for where I am right now, every single jump I tagged the back end on. Didn't get it clean at all. Still plenty of time to be gained. I will go wherever I want to go. Ols, I do not care where the Moto Academy boys are going. I'm going with what I am comfortable with. See that? I got no pop off of it that time. Feels really inconsistent on that far right. Huh? You see my front end trying to go there. I mean, front end definitely went there. Holy shit. We slip sliding all over the place. It's always like that little bit of like a frustrating part in qualifying where you've got a decent lap in, so you know to improve that lap you have to get everything really damn good. So it's like you make one tiny mistake, you tag the back end a little bit, and you just have to chalk it and then go again. Which can be frustrating. Especially when you got such a precise line that you got to hit right at the start of the lap. Did I swear I didn't touch them bales then, and I got the collisions off of them. Feel like I see a gap here. MX bikes things. OEM things. Well, I was watching Rax racing Aerial last night, and I was about to comment, like, fucking uninstall the cheats, because that fucker's front end don't move. In any rut, over jumping it, like, he can jump a single to the very, very top of a berm on the throttle, bike cranked over. That front end does not twitch or move in the slightest. So I need to know what Blood's suspension is. Because I promise you, my front end's constantly twitching and constantly trying to fold on me and all sorts. It's horrible. Just turn, I beg. Fucking front end's just pushing. No, it's like to the point when I was watching Rax, he's cranked over in a rut, going fucking Mac Jesus. Just not even the no wobble, nothing. Not even like a twitch and it straightens back up. That shit is locked in. And I need to know how to achieve that level of stability. You fucking dirty slag. Ah. I'm convinced you go to bed 29 years old, you wake up the next morning 30 years old, and in the night someone's come along and surgically removed your thumbs and put on the thumbs of someone else. Because me in video games now, it's actually a painful experience. But I just cannot do what I used to do. That's across everything, even on like COD, like my reaction times are so slow now, it's frustrating. My aim's shit. How can I not scrub a tiny little jump into a room like that? And I just get frustrated by it. Oh, it just makes me wish that I was either in bikes sooner, so I had more good years in me, or I like started Sim sooner than I did. Because I started Sim 5 years after it actually mattered. I only had one like good year of bikes in me. I feel like my outdoors ship was pretty gifted because Cam and Tyler were busy sniffing glue that year. I don't know what they were doing. They didn't really figure it out until the end of the season. I was too far gone in points by that time. And it helped that Finn disappeared halfway through the year. But it's just frustrating. Because I'm a competitive person. And I just hate doing shit. At anything. Especially when I feel like I know that I can be better. So YouTube is my job. And I'm sure you're asking just out of genuine curiosity, but I always get people giving me shit saying it's like, your job is to play MX bikes, how are you bad at it? And it's like, no, my job is to upload YouTube videos. It just happens that a lot of the content I make is around MX bikes. But it's not like I do a 9 to 5 of playing MX bikes every day, because if so, I'd like to think I'd actually be a bit better again. But no, after you play the same game for 5 years or so, you don't... Well, I'm sure some people still do, but it's really hard to still have that itch or that desire to play it a lot. Especially when you feel like you've kind of like stagnated in how good you can be. Oh, I can improve by so much, and that's why it's even more frustrating. If I ran like the lap of a lifetime and it all felt great and I was 2 seconds off top, I'd be like, it is what it is. But the fact that I'm wobbling around the track right now and I'm only 1.6 off, it's almost more annoying than just being shit completely. Why am I so, like, just little shit like that? Why am I landing on the right hand side there when I know I need to open up this next corner for the whips? Oh, tagging the back end again. So now I've got to do this rim section in like 5 different jumps. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. I don't think I'm even going to get to the finish line in time to start another lap. Oh, I did. 2 seconds left. Don't matter. Fucked it already. Like, who the fuck is Skirt? How am I getting out-qualified by 3-digit individuals? No disrespect to Skirt. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it just shouldn't be happening. Used to, Casey. Not anymore. I like how I know L21 lurks in my chat sometimes as well. So I don't know if he's here right now, but I'm just reading his announcement about the super motorbikes coming out, and I love how he's had to preface it by saying the people that worked on these bikes do not also work on the MX pack, so it's not like they prioritize this over motocross because like they know people are just itching for a new motocross pack at this point because I do think it's needed. But unfortunately, and L21 will admit this as well, they've dug themselves into a hole. Because what the game needs right now is to be made slower. It's just way too fast. And that's the reason why everything's so overscaled and it all seems a bit brain dead. It's because it's a million miles an hour everywhere. But if they release the next OEM bike pack and the bikes are technically worse, and people will say they're worse if like they've got less grip, for example, they'll be outroar. I don't know. Such a tricky situation that the game's in general. Oh. It's going to do a practice start and the server went down. Yeah, when I'm behind somebody on a lap time, it does put me off. So you can't collide with them, but just them being there and just in your view, I do think it's distracting. Oh, well, yeah, that was a really bad qualifying. Not good at all. It should, I mean, it should still very easily have me inside the top 18 or whatever it is to be in the A group straight away, but yeah, it didn't feel good. It's good to see Quacks getting involved with it, because doesn't Quacks do Supermoto IRL? Or am I completely mistaken on that? Yeah, I thought so. The qualifying results will be put up on my MXB in the next couple of minutes. So you have a look to see where you are overall. So it usually takes a minute or two just for them to all be compiled together. I need to work on something consistent through here because I'm not getting that over clean. And it doesn't feel like you get enough pop off of that little single to get over the table. I feel like you're just forced to go... I don't know, maybe there is. You know what we'll do in these motos. Let's do that. I don't want to go on-off. I want to go over, at the very worst. Then over that. But then you jump that too far, you kind of got to have a big old speed check. So maybe it's better to go over, on, off, over. I don't like this jumping into the corner like that. But for some reason, this outside is kicking my ass. So I'm trying to be gentle on the throttle. Ada made it look pretty damn easy on the old, on the old Suzuki. Notice it's on the exit of all these jumps where I'm having front-end issues. Because it happens before the whoops as well, it's like... It's fine, 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 and then right about here, you see it starting to go? I go in free roam. No, you don't want to be in first gear. You're just going to light the back end up. You're not going to move forwards at all. I can't really tell. It's like it's straight here, and then it's starting to like tuck on me. The front end's starting to knife a bit. And then it straightens itself back up again. I know it's because of my lean angle when it's kind of like I'm technically cutting down on the berm. Sixth in quali. Should be happy with it, but kind of making me a bit concerned that nobody's really signing up. Let me have a look. See who's in a race groups. No, there's a couple of decent people. Maybe everybody just struggled in qualifying then. Maybe the track's a bit more techie than it looks. It's like you got Tyler, Cam. Again, no idea who Skirt is. Actually, let me go on Skirt's account. Let me see. See what I'm seeing. From New York. The New Yorker. It's number 914. Why does that make me think that that's Rax's number? I don't think there's any way of me knowing what GUID he was using, is there? Because if on MXB Ranked, there's 4 different people with the name Skirt. 3 of them have unverified Steam accounts. And one of them has been a ranked member since November of last year. Which means they didn't play on servers until November of last year, which is not a very long time whatsoever. Don't act suspicious, don't act suspicious. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. There was something that I wanted to... I have a feeling Aiden's probably screaming at me right now to join the server. Trying to do a little bit of digging. Bit of research. I'll be 2 minutes maximum, Aiden. I apologise for the delays. God, I've got to do a lot of Discord scrolling right now. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Pizza. Krusty Krab, pizza. Here's the pizza, yeah. You and me. And I'm almost there. There we go. That's what I was after. Right. No Steam profile picture. interesting. Anyway, right, let's go back. Got 6th in ARL NA on Friday. Free Palms is saying it's Willie. Surely Willie's aliases would be viable. You'd be able to see him. He raced NA and got P6. He's cheating for sure, or just an alt account. I always just find it so strange now when I see people that I've never seen before. That, I mean, I could be wrong in what I'm seeing on like ranked and like Steam and stuff, but it still looks like they're pretty damn new to the game. It's odd. Thoughts on peanut M&Ms? I feel like I'm about to break your heart, Stovey. I do not like the taste of peanut. Don't like peanut butter. Don't like peanuts by himself. Don't like peanut in chocolate whatsoever. I feel like I'm probably going to break a lot of people's hearts by saying that. Oh, speaking of Stovey, he's in here. Jeez. See if he's able to make it through. It's Riolu. Zola, that is such a niche reference I don't think many people will get. But I get it. I get it. I feel like there's only a couple people in here that would get the Riolu reference. Krusty Krab, pizza. Do you know the thing that I'm sure people like keeping their account private for whatever reason. I don't know why you'd need to. The amount of people, like the amount of times that I just want to check somebody's account because they're new and they're suddenly false. So I just want to see if it's like obvious if they're cheating or if they're not. They almost always seem to have everything private on their Steam profile. Like no hours, not what games they've got, nothing. It's always so strange to me. Right, let's see how this goes then. I need to turn that off, turn that off, turn that on. Bosh, we are good to go. Right, gates are down. Stovepipe letting everybody go. Nice heads up riding there, you love to see it. We have got Mr. Marvin Gaye getting the whole shot here. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Oh, but he's got a wild RS. Oh, Regan flying up the inside, taking himself and Marvin down. Regan going to get probably quite a few cuts there for rejoining a couple of singles afterwards as well. But the man with a good head on his shoulders, Mr. Stovepipe, he waited to let everybody go on the start. Tucks, oh, commentator's curse, he's landed on Goomy. He said, you know what, I'm paralysed, I'm going to paralyse him as well. Goomy going down on the BRM code machine. We got people flickering in and out of existence, just Peboso netcode. But Brogan, now that all the drama is said and done, people are going to work their way through here. So we've got Clapped through. I feel like, was Clapped one of the ones that got promoted through this race last time? The name looks familiar to me, not sure why. Sen going down, he was your top 250 rider. Goomy getting stuck in him, looks like he's getting netcoded as well. Riolu can't be that niche. I just don't know if there's much crossover between Trackmania knowers and MX Bikes knowers. I don't know. But there you go, end of lap number 1, Brogan is going to lead them through. We've then got Clapped in P2. Regan getting up into P3 again already, and having a look at the timing, I don't know if he actually does have cuts from that off-track excursion in turn number 2. But Zan is going to go down, Moyd almost getting caught up in that. He's going to be in P4 now, which will be your final transfer spot. And just to kind of go through the format of tonight and how it works, is no matter where you qualified, you get to race tonight. So if you qualified last, you're racing in D group. If you qualified somewhere in the mid pack, you're racing in C and B. But how it's going to work is this is the C main event right now. So this will be anybody that qualified from about, I want to say maybe 30, not 38th, like 58th to like 78th, something like that. And whoever finishes in the top 4 in this race will be promoted through to the B main event that will happen straight after this. And then exactly the same thing will happen again. All of the B riders will race. Whoever finishes in the top 4 there will go through to the A main event. And then the A riders will do their 2 main events. And that is the night completed. And luckily for me, I qualified in 6th position. So I make it straight through to those A mains. So I get to sit here and now commentate over these boys instead and show people a little bit of love. They don't always get it. So we shall see. Brogan working his way through. He looks comfortable as well. Doesn't look like he's getting too out of shape. Hopefully I don't hit him with the old commentator's curse there. Munching the whoops as well. And he's just doing his thing out in front. He's got a little 3-second lead right now over Clapped. And people got to be careful that they don't hit their handlebars on this roller going around it. Marvin, after his whole shot, he is now chilling in P3. He's got the BP IRL boots, the Coyote-esque looking boots, the fluoro action going on there. We have then got a 250 rider. We've got Sen on the COD X Aeron machine. Let's see if he can get a 250 up into the B main. Having a look at the qualifying list just now, Source is a 250 rider himself. I think he qualified about 10th overall in amongst all them 450s, so he's looking racy tonight. Be interesting to see who is the top 250 rider once all is said and done. So Zan going to make his way around Mr. Skirmish. Moid and Zan getting into it here. That looked like such a ping diff. That was unreal. They barely breathed on each other and both went flying because of it. Tom actually had a gold tooth. That would be kind of cold. Not going to lie. At first, when I heard about him chipping the tooth, I thought somebody had like thrown something at him on the podium. I didn't realise that it was self-inflicted until today when I saw the clip. But you know, you're a multi-millionaire. You get paid a lot of money to put your life at risk every single week riding dirt bikes, and you get given absolutely dogshit trophy quality that falls apart as you try picking it up. So WAMA, love to see it. Rest in peace, Eli's chipped tooth. I wonder if he'll get it fixed or if he'll just leave it as a little war wound. But these two out in front seem to be just chilling. You know, good start, stay out of the carnage, and just kind of do your thing and see how it goes from there. So them two are long gone. We have to go at basically 10 seconds back to find Marvin in P3, and then we've still got Sen on that 250 machine in P4. This 4th place is your final transfer spot. Looking at timing and scoring though, he has an unholy amount of cuts. So on track he's P4, but on cuts he's P8. It's actually Mr. Skirmish that is rocking that P4 as he comes up a little bit short on that jump out, and everybody gets tangled up with him. Not ideal there. So Skirmish actually, I mean, that's kind of best case scenario. He would have lost about 4 spots, but they all ended up getting tangled up on his bike. But I wouldn't trust what you see on the track right here. So there's a bunch of people really, really close together, but the cuts at the very end of the race can change so much. Right now, it's showing Mushrock 68, this man right here, being in your 4th and final spot, and we are halfway through this C main event. We have only got 7 minutes plus 1 lap left to go. Amount of times you've seen Deegan show a broken trophy. I don't watch too many of the Deegan's videos, to be fair, so I'm not up to date on the lore like that. But I feel like the outdoors trophies are quite cool when they get things that aren't normal trophies. Like, stuff like that must be pretty damn good. 35 months! Oh my goodness. What an absolute animal. You are only 1 month behind Reaper Doc there, Christians. Reaper Doc hit the old subscribe on Friday during Aerial. 36 months, 3 years. So 1 more month until we get to share 3 years together. Crazy good stuff. Right, let's try and find our leaders again. Let's do a little bit of a rundown. So it is still broken out in front, making some mistakes, but staying on the bike. That's the important thing, not losing too much time there. We've then got, I've been to the year 3000, not much has changed, but they live underwater in P2. We have then got Marvin again, still rocking the BP special boots in P3. Mushrock is in P4, and Tanner is right on him. Now, timing is showing about a 3-second gap. Now, I don't know if that is because it hasn't updated yet, and Tanner's just been closing, or if Tanner does have a second or two worth of cuts. We'll check it out as they go over this finish line right here. Give it a couple seconds just to update, just because it's MX Bikes things as well. That gap's actually come down, so maybe a second. Oh, Tanner! Okay, we didn't see that. No commentator's curse around these parts. But Sen is going to be trying to find his way back past. Tanner does get a good respawn, though. Able to rejoin pretty quickly. And it's in corners like this here, this little 90-90, that I think that 250 machine is actually going to have an advantage over the 4s. Same with this little tight inside as well. The 450s tend to have a tendency to push in the turns quite a lot, whereas the 250 should hopefully be picking up a little bit better. But these boys are going to be having a battle for P5 on their hands right now. We do have Moid just behind these. We should have Mr. Skirmish back here as well. We've got Cody McMurray, we've got Chuckles, we've got Goomy as well. Where is... Us in Regan has retired. Where is the man that had about 2 seconds worth of glory Where is Mr. Stovepipe? There he is. Oh, as he goes down again. What awful timing to be checking in with him. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But Mushrock, that is the manly hour. He is your fourth and final transfer spot still. Got 4.5 minutes left to go in this race. Let's try and find... That's P2. That's Clap still. Let's follow Brogan around for a lap. Doesn't look like we've got any immediate battles, so give him his flowers whilst he's out in front. I'm sure some of these guys that race in these like C and B mains that don't usually get any airtime on like a normal aerial night, they probably like rewinding the stream and seeing themselves back, even if it is just for a glimpse, so try and cover as many people as possible. In this series, Wowzer, they have no time to practice before qualifying starts. The track comes out at the same time as qualifying servers go up, so you have to learn the track and run a qualifying lap at the same time. Troy, we've had this discussion already. I had a look on MXB Ranked. There are 4 people called Skirt. 3 of them have no GUID and Steam account. 1 of them has a Steam account that is all privated and has no profile picture. But is Steam account level 4 and has a couple of friends. So make of that what you wish. Chat informs me that he did apparently finish 6th in NA on Friday. I still have no clue who it is. But there you go. We got a new person coming out of nowhere, randomly being really, really quick again. So we'll see how he does in the races. Yeah, I do like this format. And the thing is, with how it's ran as well, because there's no heat races or LCQs, and it is just main events, the race, or the night doesn't actually take very long. If it was a case of it was 250, 450, 250, 450, 250, 450, it would take ages. But now there's no 250s anymore either, it's just mixed. And I like it. I think it's good. I think it's great. I say there's many possibilities when it comes to new people getting fast. The first obvious one is they could just be cheating. The second one could be maybe it's an alt account. And the third one, which, you know, there could be a 0.001% chance, but he could have just been grinding testing for the last 3 years and then decided to come out and finally race. He could just be that guy. He could be him. Right, Brogan's going to lead us over the finish here. They should have... They're either going... I think they're actually going to reach the finish line in 2 laps' time, bang on the timer. So we're either going to have 2 or 3 laps left to go. It all depends on what kind of heat Brogan can put down here. Because, like, top quality was a 104, I think it was. And he needs to run 2 108s back-to-back here to be able to get it to 3 laps. If he gets a 109 or a 110 in there, we'll only have 2 laps left to go with this race. He also made an Insta account 2 weeks ago. Colin, I love when you're in these chats because you have, like, you love digging into it as much as I do. I mean, it's so funny. Especially when you was throwing out, like, the JP accusations of attacking the servers. Just like, every race that JP wasn't in was getting attacked. It was so funny. Right. These, so I should probably say as well, if you're new with us tonight, you see these darker parts of the track where the erode's coming in? The erode works differently on these tracks where it actually gets slipperier, I believe. So this little dark bit here will be the slipperiest part of the track. So the whole point of the erode on these tracks is to try and stay as far out of that erode as possible. Although it is difficult when you're in like 90-degree corners. And Marvin's still chilling in that P3. Mushrock's still in that P4. It doesn't have any immediate pressure, although that is... I mean, I think there's a lot of cuts come into play, because it says he has a 4-second gap over Mr. Cody McMurray here. That is much bigger... Oh, it's about 10 seconds, actually. I'll say it is a pretty damn big gap. I wouldn't even say that in terms of the skirt conversation again. A lot of people probably just say that, oh, I'm salty that I'm getting out qualified. I don't mind getting out qualified. You have to realise the different level that Tyler and Cam are on tracks like this, and he's right there with them, that's when it starts getting a little bit suspicious. That is very, very interesting. Right, so we do have probably about 1.5 laps left to go this race. Moid is in P5 right now. He is 9 seconds behind Mushrock. So, if Moid can twist grip, and if Mushrock makes too many mistakes, there is a universe where Moid can get up into that 4th and final transfer spot and get it done. That is the man right there that he needs to try and beat. Let's try and stay on board with Mushrock as well, just for this last lap for him. I think Stovey's gone. He's had enough. He's out of it. Fuel for a 450 20 minutes. I usually run 5.5 litres in just any Supercross main event, and that gets me to the line. I don't think there's many MX Sim pros that have come to bikes and stayed, if that makes sense. They might dabble for a couple of weeks, but then they usually just go back to Sim. But Seabolt came and played for a while. Seabolt's pretty damn good. Russ Chapman came and he was pretty damn good. I guess I can't be mean to you now, Skirty, that you've donated. Give us some backstory, Skirty. Tell us where you came from, when you got the game, why we haven't seen you before now, why the Steam account's so empty. The people want to know. But also, I don't think we can actually PC check, because can't you just, like, turn things on and off anyway? But that's the era that we live in on this game now, unfortunately, because the cheats do exist. You can't just really rock up and be good anymore. You will always get accusations. It's not like back in 2021, 2022, where you could just start being good, and people were like, damn, this guy's good at the game, he's up and coming. Because there was no like, asterisks or question marks around anything at all. There we go. You're very welcome for your 3 corners of fame, Mr. McStovepipe. So that will do it for your C main event here at Minneapolis. We have got Brogan, Clapt, Mushrock, and Marvin finishing in the top 4, and they will be racing again straight away next. They will be going through to the B main, where exactly the same rules apply. If they somehow manage to get top 4 in the B race as well, they'll get promoted through to the A. So there is a universe where you can qualify in C and make it through to the very end of the night and do the 2 A main events. Show us your hours, Skirt. I don't know where you go about changing it. I've not changed my shit for ages, but if you can edit it so people can see your hours, I just want to see how long you've played for. Because I think that'll silence people straight away. Even if it's just like 1,000 hours, I feel like people can believe that. Because I mean, I know it was a different era. There wasn't as many fast people, but I was rocking up and started winning races at just a couple of hundred. Obviously, I've fallen off of a cliff these days, so it doesn't quite hit as hard. Is Rush still banned from RF because of the Jesse Mullins incident from years and years and years ago? Or is it a separate occasion? Right. B main. Spectator. I need to make sure that I join as a spectator. Right, your videos. Filter by old. Oh, I don't have it anymore. I must have deleted it, but I had a YouTube video before I started making MX Bikes content, and it was me, Tanner Rogers, and Rush Chapman in a TeamSpeak call qualifying for a race. And it's so for like, I think Rush must have been like 12 years old back then. And it's so funny listening to the squeaky voices. I reckon he'd be so embarrassed to hear it now, but I haven't got it on the channel anymore. Ah, see, that's where it starts sounding a bit sus, though, Skirty. There's no reason why you should have to get a new account just because you've changed PCs, you know? Like, you should still be able to have the same Steam account, so you could have the same bikes account. That's what I mean, you're giving them ammo. Giving them ammo. Plus, to be fair, I'd be lying if I told you guys, if I didn't admit that I actually love living for the drama now at this point. Like, I love just calling someone a cheater and see how everyone reacts. There's something about, like, the conspiracies I love. Because a lot of them are not founded in anything. What do you mean you've got... How have you got... First of all, why have you given Paboso 4 accounts worth of money is my question when we don't get enough updates. See, so we have 250 riders in here as well. We've got... Well, that was Troy for a second there. I saw the white helmet. We've got 250 riders in here. And we've got Rodak rocking the KTM. Not doing himself any favours. The KTM back end is very, very slippery. And usually I don't really vibe with them on these tracks Aiden has. Usually it's like a Yamaha or Fantic route. I keep forgetting this every single week before the racing starts. You can ride a beta in this series, I'm pretty sure, or a TM, unless Aiden's written a rulebook and said no. Because they would both be faster options. They've got great grip. I think there's 3. Unless Pit's on one, unless someone's on like a Yami 250. Because I know you see like 3 orange here, but Rodak here is one of these orange ones, so this is a KTM that he's on with a model swap on the 450. So I think it's just these two, Hunter and Frederick, unless Pitt is on a 250 as well on the Husky. No, he is. Yeah, Pitt's on it. Yeah. Let's just go up into the stands, see what the people see. There's a... Oh, no, okay. There's a visible area. Quick, let's see behind the scenes. Let's look at the lighting overlay at the top. Oh! Damn, that's looking kind of... Very impressive. Oh, I should have taken my own screenshot rather than Steve and Aiden's, because it's like such a good angle for it. Let's get a little bit of angle action going on. Go down. Oh, look at that. That bad boy. That's too much angle. I feel like I'm falling over. We just go all the way. How far can you go? Oh my god, you can go fully upside down. That's trippy. Do 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 do. You're getting dizzy? Ah, so that just gives me more reason to do it again. It's annoying that you can't... It goes very slow. I wish it could go faster. Right. So we are back for some more spikes. Oh my god, the controls are reversed. Ah! Alright, here we go. We're on the... Oh god, hang on. There we go, right. We're on the start gate here. Who's going to get your Royal Distributing hole shot? We've got OT on the inside. Like, at least it flicks the names the right way around. Got Submac. Actually, no, this is the outside, isn't it? I need to go over here. I can't do it. Hang on. There we go. Right. We're back in. Just holding your... Not trying to turn your monitor upside down. Right, here we go. Revs are up. Gates are down. Slow reactions there from OT on the inside. Clappy got a good jump, but he's going to drift out wide, and he gets sniped by Peter's flying bike. So here you go. It's actually Pitt's going to be on the lone Husky 250 here. He is going to lead them over the whole shot line. We've got Astro right barking up his inside. Astro's just going to fall over in the turn. You hate to see it. That is going to promote Submac up into that P2 position. I'll be honest. I don't see a world where Pitt chokes this. He should be pretty comfortable with it, and especially getting a good start. But I heard apparently the 250 is out of the gate on these tracks with this sort... Oh my god. Yeah, apparently the traction is actually better for the 250s out the gate. Like, it's easier for the 250s to get good starts. Can we get some admin interference here? Because, Aiden, I know you're still lurking in the chat somewhere. Can you just give me, like, a yes or a no on if betas and TMs are allowed, or if there's a... Because if there's a rulebook for this series, I've not read it. So, just out of curiosity for next week. I gotta follow Rodak around just for a little bit. Just as a fellow unk, I have to give him a couple corners worth of spotlight. That lone KTM 450 that may or may not look like a Suzuki. What are we doing here? Oh, Peter going for the big quad. He gets it as well. Quad triple. You see, it gains time, but he gets put over the berm again. There's all kinds of drama going on here. And we have Mr. Mushrock here, one of your C group qualifiers, who worked his way up. He's not in a terrible position right now. You know who's not in a bad spot? Is, I think it's Zayden, going but under the name Clapped in this race. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, right here. Zayden, long time Linz enjoyer. See him lurking in the chat quite often. He is in P3 on track right now, and he got promoted from the C group. So if he can make it all the way through to the A group tonight, that is a big W. And he gets gifted 2 positions from people crashing as well. So he's actually going to be up into P2 right now. So if he can just get his head down and run consistent laps, it's not got to be quick. There's not many people, I don't think, here that can just straight up run him down. Just keep her up on 2 wheels. This will be the first person to do this so far. We're at round 3. We have not had anybody go from C main all the way through to the A main. So we'll see if he can do it. Draco up here as well. I'm pretty sure Draco managed to get promoted through one of the races last round. So he's going to go busting out the quad and then triple there. Oh, Clapped goes down. That's not a good place as well. Andy's stuck in neutral. Goes down before the whoops. He's going to get a really bad drive there. Going to lose so much time. But going back to the lead, we've got Submac in front. So Pitt has made a couple of mistakes by the looks of it. He's doing his best Linz impression there by scrubbing too hard and coming up short. You'd love to see that. And we now got Fish on the Black Rifle No Fear machine. Fish was being a very, very good lapper for me at Daytona on Friday. So got to give him his props where they're due as well. Always make time to mention and call out the good lappers, just as much as calling out the bad ones as well. Because the way my brain works is if you, like, say thank you to good lappers, then they'll be like, oh, what a nice man, I'll do that again for him next time it happens. And then the world goes round and carries on. There we go. So we got Hunter in P5 here. Again, there's also a universe where we get 2 250 riders going through to the A main also. So Hunter's currently sat in P5 and Pitt is sat in P2. So Pitt's looking nice and comfy. Again, I don't see Pitt falling back far enough to not make it. But Hunter right now on that Akira machine, he's got Draco right in front of him. I'm guessing these 250 boys are going to have to go triple, triple, single. But it could work in their favour, because if you physically cannot get the quad, you're not tempted to go for the quad, and then you can't mess up the quad and crash. So there is going to be a level of consistency that is gained just from riding the 250 anyway. So if you can't get over the big lines, the chances of you crashing doing the big lines is a lot lower. I also feel triples in like that are easier for these 250 boys as well, getting that extra grip in these 90-degree turns. You met Rodak at Arlington, that's a W. Was that organised or was that by chance? Because I am an enjoyer. It is heartwarming seeing that you just get random people of varying ages and, you know, like locations, just have the same interests, that's motorbikes, and they end up playing the same game, and it can lead to, you know, real life friendships, which I think is very, very cool. Especially for a world that is more online now than ever, and actual real life friendships are harder and harder to come by. Draco's getting that pretty damn clean each lap, and I cannot get the pop for it. They are banned. Ah, oh, Aiden, you know what to do. You know what to do. Unban them. Get them back. This ain't aerial. Let the people ride what they want to ride. Alright, Submac's just kind of chilling right now. He's pulling a big old gap on Pit. A very big gap on Pit. Holy, he's got an entire section on him. That's not even Pit, that's Fish. But the Submac gone. So Fisher's been promoted up to the P2 spot now, which is going to demote Pitt back. We've then got Draco here. I'm telling you, Hunter is not far away whatsoever. One big-ish mistake from either of these two in front of him, and he will be straight up into a transfer spot. And again, we are halfway through this race already. They've got 6 minutes plus 1 lap left to go. This might be one of the most faded Linz takes of all time. If you are a good 250 rider, and you don't get cocked off the start today, I could genuinely see a 250 rider winning the entire thing tonight. Just from consistency and having the extra grip in the corners. Because it's like walking on eggshells at the end of these 450 races. It's so slippery. Oh, Hunter goes down. I've given him too much screen time. I'm telling you, it's the commentator curse. Pitt is falling into the clutches of Draco right now, and he's okay to lose one position. It's just two that he doesn't want to lose. A lot of these guys choosing to go all the way out to the berm here rather than trying to apex it across, and I do think it's the smart thing to do. I think apexing across is probably the quicker way for qualifying, but if you're looking for consistency's sake, probably not so much. As soon as he erodes in, we're cooked. No, hear me out though, Source. You're still going to have more grip than the 450 boys will. The bike is lighter, so you can cut down in the corners easier to get out of the erode. And as you're cutting down, you're still going to have more grip to accelerate out of the corner easier. But I'm just saying. I could see it happening, especially if the 450 riders are still tempted by going for bigger lines and crashing a lot. 250 could be king. I mean, take round one, for example, where JP was running faster lap times than all the 450 boys were every single lap at the end of the race. So it is doable. Right, so as it runs, there is no changes up front. We've still got Submac in lead, we've still got Fish in second, we've got Pitt in third, and Draco in fourth. There is, however, a big 10-second gap now back to this battle for P5 that's currently happening between Mansk and Hunter. Make that a three-way battle with Kbell getting up in here as well now on the COD racing machine. Got OT going through there, Brogan going through there. On track as it runs, Brogan is the highest placed C main event qualifier. Mushrock was looking good early on, he's dropped down. Claps was looking good early on, he's gone down as well. And then we've got Marvin, who also made it through. Marvin's rocking in 19th place right now. Let's try and find, where do we think Submac is? That's Fish, so Submac should be, there he is. Let's follow Submac round just for a little bit. Let's hop in the old orbit camera, just to save me flying around the whole time. Go on board with Mr. Submac. See what lines he's doing, see if he's changed anything up or if he's just still hitting the same lines but trying to just be smoother. Very smooth on the throttle there. So he's not trying to go for any quads, straight airing his way through. Some lovely MX Bikes netcode right there. That was great to behold. The thing is, Rufio, I actually don't know what next year looks like in terms of MX Bikes. I've got no idea what next year looks like, especially if MTG comes out. It's like, are they going to be making series for both games simultaneously? Are they going to pass the reins over to other track creators for MX Bikes? It'll never be the end of racing full stop, because let's say Ariel dies tomorrow, there will be a new lead series that comes out, whether that may be. Yeah, I don't know what next year looks like. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm meant to... no, I'm not going to say, actually. I don't want to get anybody in trouble for anything. It was just about different series and what the future looks like in bikes. I mean, hey, for me, Aerial holds even more nostalgia than just being an MX bike series. I used to run Aerial gear in sim before I even started playing MX bikes. Like Stone Rider used to make MX Simulator gear, and it all fell under like the Aerial brand. I remember being a privateer one year and had the Aerial gear, and it was all like free, and Stone had released the PSDs for it all as well. And I went in and I made the most god-awful, obnoxious colour combinations ever. I was running like a purple, white and cyan blue gear and bike combo. Oh, Samak almost going over there. So we are going to have 2 laps left to go. He's going to take your second to last lap flag there. Apogee unlapping himself there. You don't really love to see it. We've then got Mr. Fish back here in P2. He has been closing the gap on Submac a little bit. I do think the lappers have been slowing Submac down, though. Again, there's nothing really to gain other than gate position for the A-main for these guys if they're changing positions at all. Hello, Sim Racer. Damn, this does look actually quite difficult to get past lappers around here. The track is definitely tighter. So we do have Pit and... Why when I click on Draco does it... Draco and Manx, does it go up to Fish and... Submac? Oh, Submac's actually going to go down, I think. Has Fish gone past? He has. Yeah, Fish has gone past. You know, we'll go back into the free roam camera because it's not liking me. So Pitt should still be sitting in P3 on that Husky. Frederick's a lap down, Clap's a lap down. Oh no, Draco's fallen off quite a lot. He was within a second, so he must have had a bad last lap here. But he's still in P4. Mansk is actually making moves right... Never mind. You didn't hear me say anything? I said nothing at all. We was almost about to have a last lap battle for the final transfer spot there. I mean, I would love for the game to be in a healthy spot where everybody was open-minded to race so many different series. The issue you got is, anytime there's like a new Enduro series, you'll get like 20 people sign up for it. And that's it. Where I would love there to be like a series that encompasses everything. Like there's an one or two outdoors rounds, 2 supercross rounds, 2 enduro rounds, 2 supermoto rounds, maybe a pit bike round, you know, just everything. So it's like you've got to be good across all disciplines. But unfortunately, you could put as much time and effort, make brand new tracks, whatever it may be. I don't think the community is receptive enough to do a series like that. In terms of, you'd probably get enough people to fill a gate each time, but I don't think you'd get enough like high tier players to make the racing good across all disciplines and actually be a competitive championship. So there you go. Fish is going to win this one. Submac will be P2, Pit in P3, and then Draco will round out them top 4 going through to the A main events, which are the next 2 races up. And again, I am going to throw out exactly the same excuse today as I do every time I do these races. But for the last 30 to 45 minutes, whilst I've been commentating these races here, the other people in the A main would have been having the time to practice the track, whereas I have not. So if I do shit, especially in race 1, that's my excuse. I've had no extra time to practice. The fingers are cold, there's no flow. I think the issue of any series on these games now is, it's why I don't do many just random MyMXB races, is they're always on like really old tracks, so and people know what tracks they are ahead of time, so it really does come down to whoever's grinded that one track the most. That's why I really only do aerial and then stuff like this. It's like if a track's out for like longer than an hour before qualifying starts, it doesn't interest me too much. Outside in the whoops after table is fast as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Just gives you a nice straight shot through it, doesn't it? This is also really bad timing to need a poo. I'll tough it out. I'll turtle edit for the next hour whilst we finish these mains. I just think that if money's not a factor, the PC world is just the way to go. I don't think there's anything consoles do better. The only thing consoles are good for is accessibility, because they are cheaper. And it's easy just to plug and play. But yeah, the PC world for me is far, far superior to console gaming. I forgot what I was going to change. I want to turn the chat off. Disable chat. There we go. Very well, thank you, Chadden. Very well. Been a nice, straightforward night so far. No dramas at all. You've joined us just at the right time, because I'm about to start my 2 races. Whilst I do give this game a lot of shit very, very often, and I think it's deservingly so, I don't think it's the game that it should and could be, I do also acknowledge that it opens the door for a lot of people, especially, I know we've got a lot of them in this community as well, especially people that might not be able to ride bikes in real life. It helps them get that fix, whether they're too young and they have to rely on their parents, and their parents don't want to get them bikes, whether maybe they just can't afford themselves, maybe they've had an unfortunate accident riding bikes themselves in real life and now they're no longer to be able to ride bikes. I do like that this game gives them some kind of an outlet to still talk to people that are like-minded and still try and enjoy motorbikes in some sense. That's something that I think this game does do well. Outside of that, it's pretty shit. Not great. Lots and lots of updates. Even just quality of life stuff would be great. I can even go as petty to say, like, so you know how you can buy MX bikes on Steam, or you can buy MX bikes as a standalone version on the MX bikes website? There's people that have bought the game on the website but haven't been able to play the game now for months. So they've essentially been scammed, which is illegal. Like, you can't sell something without delivering the service or product. And it's just things like that where it's like, you think that would be at the top of the priority list. If someone sends you, and if a customer sends you an email saying, I've bought the game, I can't play it, like I've not received a license key to play the game or whatever, you'd think that that should be replied to within 2 days maximum. But there's people that have had that issue for months now and I can't actually play it. So if people think that I'm being like petty and complaining about the game a lot of the time, there's reasons for it. Like, it is valid. Time for me is 8:25 PM. Yeah, we're on mains plural. There's 2 main events in this series. There's no heat races or anything. We just do two main events. And next aerial round's a Triple Crown as well. So we'll have 3 main events for aerial next week. Look at the Jan lining up on the far inside, thinking he's going to get that gate. He actually might do. Because you have to turn left before you turn right here, so I don't think there's many people that are going to want to take this far inside gate. Bikes needs a game chat. I mean, I'd be turning it off straight away, but if people want to have it, then they can do. Imagine how many hard Rs would just get dropped 24/7 if there was an actual, like, proximity chat. Right. Race number 1, gamers. Wish me luck. Who have I got around me? I got Colin, Skirt. How Fish has managed to get that gate, I have no idea. Blood came through the B main event, and he's somehow got near the far inside. Is this a wild January to my left? It is. Okay, let's see how it goes. Oh, don't do that. Right. This is the one track I haven't actually done a practice start on. Oh. Holy flying bike. Oh, the manly hour. Mr. Skirt's got the whole shot. Uh oh. Okay, we're good. Thought it was going over the bars then. Came up way too short. Alright, I'm going to listen to Catfish. Oh my January. I almost got very unlucky then. Try getting a bit sketchy in the whoops by the looks of it. I mean, Skirt's greasing everything so far. It's looking good. It's going to take me a while to build into these races, I reckon. Just trying to get warm. Trying to get the fingers toasty. Cam ate shit in the first rhythm section and he's already back on my arse again. Make it make sense. Oh! Jesus. Holy cross jump. I'm actually going to check up here and do that, because I don't like singling into the corner. I'd rather check up and double. Don't throw it fat in my face, thank you. Oh, I heard somebody on my arse there. I can see a world where Troy wins this race, by the way. His pace looks very, very good. It's frustrating. He checked up quite a lot going in there. But he managed to get the quad out, so... Oh my goodness, my life just flashed before my eyes. My corner speed's pretty bad compared to most people, I think. But I feel like as soon as I try pushing a little bit more, my front or back end will go. Will you stop fucking cross-jumping? Jesus Christ. Literally twice in the same bit of the track. Just hang right. I get it, you're quicker, but fuck me. I try and go out of my way so much to give people room, and I always get cucked by other people. So I don't get it. So because of that, I've now lost another position. Own the track, you're a racer too. I'm a racer, I'm just not a fucking dickhead though. Like here, I could quite easily move over to the far left on Troy, but I see Troy's there, so I want to give him a little bit of room. And Troy just managed to hold far right, so it's doable. Uh-oh. Oh! Thought I was going to get slowed down by the bales there. Sketchy, I got like no engine braking at all there. No, don't go over the berm. Oh. That was scary. Oh, my front end was a goner. See, I love shit like this, where me and Troy are able to take different lines to each other and actually be relatively the same speed everywhere. Like, to me, that makes for the best racing. But then also, like, so me and Troy are on probably like 100 ping difference to each other as well, and we're still able to race around each other clean. Just got to be a little bit heads up. Tyler's catching. Uh-oh. Oh! That was close. Little bit of a sloppy lap. Okay. Felt fine until it wasn't. Maybe it's just a little bit too slippery because that was fucking nuts. Oh, God. Doesn't look like anybody's really making any other mistakes as well, so I think I've probably just screwed myself with that. Oh. Oh, come on. This is like a separate tangent because someone just started like running and being super negative, but whilst we were talking about MX Bikes game updates earlier, why are the bikes still pogo sticks when they land? Like, they're not made out of rubber or elastic bands, they shouldn't be bouncing like that. Just let the bike settle and let me carry on with my race. I think Skirt just wants me to suffer because he was munching the whole time I was anywhere near him. As soon as I start making mistakes, he falls into the clutches of Troy and Tyler. Very frustrating. So now if all three of them could just have a massive netcode pile-up, or get stuck in each other and let me catch up. Holy shit, what have I just seen? I think that was lappers. Wait, so this might be a little bit of a boring last 7 minutes of this race, but up until then, pretty damn good fun. I'm actually one of the worst MX Bikes players in all of existence. It is a step on, step off. How am I veering off to the far left side of the track? So sometimes my thumbs just stop working completely. I think I got an insane amount of cuts from somewhere as well. I got cuts on my last lap. Don't know if Aiden left them as forgot one and left it as 5 seconds or what. But I should definitely not be like 15 seconds behind these lot. which should probably be another game update. MX Simulator's cut system's pretty good. Calculates like everybody's average time for a sector, sees how much quicker you went through it, gives you a certain amount of cuts based off of that. You do get quite hard done by sometimes, so if you crash and your bike just starts barrel rolling off the track and you physically can't rejoin, or you try rejoining as soon as you can, you physically cannot go any sooner, it's like, okay, I just lost what would be 3 seconds from a crash, plus another 5 seconds from my bike bouncing doing 180s for no reason, plus another 5 seconds of cuts added on top of that, and it's like, well, was that really warranted? It's like, I lost time. Oh, do have lappers now though. But good news, the first lapper is Mr. Fish, who was a good lapper to me on Friday. But these tracks are narrower, easy to get caught up in chaos. Even if unintentionally by the lappers as well. No, Fish being good again. I'll put the hand up and say thank you. Always got to acknowledge the good lappers. Put the hand up again. Skirt's making a few mistakes, but it might be a little bit too late. Tyler's got past Troy. So the two people I expected to finish first and second are in first and second, so that makes sense. I think me and Troy were going pretty much exactly the same pace, but I made more mistakes. Which is all fair, it's all good. But I did have fun in them couple of laps with Troy, just taking different lines and going the same speed. I just feel like that's what racing should be. I just hate how, like, aerial, for example, has become... We're going so fast everywhere, there's only one possible line you can take. If you take any other line, you lose half a second to a second. So you have to sit behind people and wait for them to crash. The track, I don't know, it could be a layout thing. The track does not feel as slippery as previous ones have done in the roads. Some parts it almost feels like it might actually be grippier. Put the hand up again. Lappers are all being very, very nice. I hate 250 riders with a passion. Notice how all of the 450 guys are actually nice and had IQ, and then I get to the first 250 rider and I get literally punted. Stereotypes are earned, they're not just given. It's not Triple Crown format this, but it's 2 main events. There's no heat races in this format. So we just do 2 mains instead. Pitt has been a 450 rider, but he's been having a big skill issue all the Supercross as well, so he's dropped down to 250s. He'll probably come in the chat after the race and say sorry, but it's like... There's still no need for it. You can still have good enough general race awareness to know not to send it fucking fifth wicked when you've had lappers or when you've had leaders passing you. Where are we at? We've got 15 seconds plus a lap to go. So it actually, no, Cam's quite a lot further ahead than I thought. It might be two. He might get to the finish line in time. When you're hitting your marks, this is genuinely a really satisfying track just to flow around. Uh-oh. I would like to acknowledge the Troy propaganda. I see people giving me like a hard time, saying like, how's Troy beating you these days? And it's like, Troy is younger, Troy has more hours, Troy likes the game more, and he's just been getting really, really good at the game. Like, it's not unheard of. The flip side could be Troy's in front of all of you guys as well. Not just me. Like, he's in P3 in this pro race. So you have to be pretty, well, somewhat decent at the game to be getting positions like that anyway. Yeah, it's another good point with these tracks. I like that if you do get out of rhythm a little bit, you can usually turn it and kind of recover into some kind of other rhythm, like an alternative line. Yeah, I still have one more lap to go. So we're actually going to get 20 laps around this track, which surprises me. I thought the track was... Oh, it looked quite long from the preview video. But yeah, I think I'm going to be finishing here in... I'm going to be finishing in P5 by the looks of it. Not bad, because we do have another race to go. It all depends if I can get another good start. Looks like he's having a really good battle with Skirt up until the end here. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time on the left side. It's less than a second between them. I don't know if there's cuts at all there, or if there's genuine on-track position. I mean, Aiden's been on my absolute... I say booty cheeks. He's been between like 5 and 10 seconds for a long time. He's right there. Rocking the Dookie. That's more impressive to me, seeing a Suzuki rocking in P6 right now. But I do think... So based on this race and... Aerial on Friday, I am slowly starting to get to grips with this Yamaha a little bit more. But some of these front end crashes are absolutely fucking outrageous. We'll lose a little bit extra time right at the end. Yeah, Splash, we've already been through this, but he claims he's legit. He actually sent me money to claim that he's legit, so I have to say that he's legit, otherwise I would be a bit of a dickhead there. But yeah, it's kind of come out of nowhere, barking the course. I'm just scrolling up in the chat, see if there was anything that I missed during the race. So for rutted tracks or flat for racing, it depends what kind of track it is. If ruts are actually built well, and there's good testing and thought process put into them, so the size of the ruts and the chop in the ruts means you can take multiple lines and it be the same speed. I like ruts. But if it's like the aerial track to been this year, where there's usually just one rapid rut and all the other lines are slower, then no. If it's for fancy tracks like this, and there's good alternative rhythms, like I had a really good, like 5 laps or so with Troy there, it was good. Yeah, I tried it, Splash. I wasn't really vibing with it. At all. I just find it interesting that different setups work for different people. I must have had quite a slow fast lap as well. Yeah, 7th fastest lap. No, part of me is convinced that the road in some of the corners today is actually a bit grippier than it has been. I don't know if it's actually digging down for once, rather than it just being skatey on top. But, like, this last corner here is a bit grippier. Doesn't really look like it's digging down. Or maybe like a tiny bit there. But it definitely felt grippier. Oh, it didn't affect the position at all, Pit, but it is really frustrating. Just messes up the flow. I feel like I'm just, like, unique, but in a bad way, Splash, when it comes to setups like that. It's like, every time I try a setup from people much faster than me, I never vibe with it, and then I like something different that other people might not like. This is a fun track, though. I think in terms of just, like, enjoyability, and how the track is forming right now, and just the general lines in the rhythms, I think this is my favourite of the 4 that we've had. I can't remember the no, actually I can remember the pre-season one. Pre-season one might have been a little bit too slick in some places. It could just be because of the layout as well. The first one was okay, but again, like, some of the slipperiness made some of the rhythms just outrageous. Last week I rode shit on, so I'm going to have an inherent bias, but that one felt good. Felt pretty good. New supermoto physics are interesting. I don't like the word interesting. That makes me think that it's... I don't know why, my brain just inherently goes to that means bad. Right, we'll try and go again. Troy's been moved over a gate. Somehow Reese has managed to plant himself next to me. Let's see how this goes. I don't see a world where I get a good a start as that first one, surely. I think it's like the same top 3 pretty much, other than Skirt. Troy on my booty cheeks. Oh, we're coming up short. I'm swapping Troy, I'm sorry. Oh. Well, that was entirely my fault. And now I feel bad. I was trying to stay to the right. I just started getting a little bit huckabuck. God, the track feels so slippery now. Holy. Nothing changed from last race to now. Why does it feel so slick? Look, my back end's... I'm getting no grip. Oh yeah, people pay riders outrageous amounts of money on this game just to rock their name in their in-game name. I'll tell you, 250 boys, they're going to have a good time in this second race where it's slippery. Be nice to me, Source, please. I mean you no harm. I'm just an old man trying to get a decent finishing position for once. You can go and win all of the NA 250 races. Just let me be. I don't know if I should have gone for that quad out. Oh. It's getting a little bit more tricky to stay on top of the whoops easily. Just spinning coming out of the corner, so you're not getting as much momentum to stay up on top of them. Our choice still in fourth, so he didn't lose too much time by the looks of it from me taking him out. That does make me feel a little bit better about that scenario. Oh, I was going straight OTB there. I just hear that KTM 250 all over my booty cheeks. I think I would have had so many more interesting races this last year or so if Cam just didn't exist. Like, I've met Cam's dad, and if he would have just pulled out, like 20 years ago, or however old Cam is, like, think of how many good race leads I would have had at some point. It's not a wild statement, that's fine. I see nothing wrong with that. Well, at least I've held on to second longer in this race than the last race. That's so much slower when you don't get that triple in. Troy's not letting me go. He's keeping that gap about the same. I do think for normal people like me and Troy, there is a limit to how fast you can go around a track like this, and then you get the enigmas like the Cams and the Tylers that can go faster. Somehow. Uh-oh. Oh. Actually, let's use the bell to slow me down. Look at that. Hidden tech. Kind of annoyed that I was taking the inside before that section so much. Because jumping to the outside feels really good. I do still feel slow through this whole rhythm section though. Not sure if that is the line or if I'm doing something wrong. Kind of half committed to going for the quad then, I backed out last second. That triple is getting hard to do, you have to be very, very careful. I'm like third gear bogging around some of these turns, trying not to slide out. A lot of lappers that we're coming up to, holy.
Gives himself a facial there, doesn't he?
At Smarties MX became a member. At
How long?
Smarties MX celebrates
31 months.
W
Love
YouTube
that.
featured.
Thank you very much, Smarties. That's 3 people, by the way. Like, the last 3 people that become members are all been over 30 months long. That is actually a disgusting amount of time. Thanking you. Well, I've kept Cam honest for quite a long time now. He's still like inching away, but I'm happy. Happy with how I've rode in this one. Just patient, pretty locked in. If I make any mistakes, I'm kind of backing out of it. I'm not trying to force a rhythm and going over the handlebars. Famous last words. There's still 5 minutes left. I can still choke it. Do have 3 lappers here though, so this might be hard to get around. Double you lapper skirt, love that, thank you. Tyler's got up to P3. If the flag was to go out now, I'm pretty sure I end up 3rd overall. So put the flag out now. Don't give me enough time to choke. Oh, I got no drive through the whips, holy. And I don't care who you are, there is nothing wrong with taking a P3 behind Cam and Tyler. No, Tyler got second in race 2. No, in race 1, sorry, so his 2-3 will beat my 5-2. So my 5-2 will beat Skirt's 3-11, and it will beat Troy's 4-5 right now. I thought it was 4-4, 4-5. So it should be third overall. Right, 2 laps to go. Oh. See, I've made a couple of mistakes this race, but it's been nothing outrageous, so, and I'm still 20 seconds back. So it's not just mistake diff anymore, it's just full-on speed diff. They used to be able to win races just from being consistent, but you can't do that anymore. You have to be consistently fast. Right, last lap. I was about to tag my handlebars there. Uh-oh. There you go, gamers. We'll take a little podium overall. We'll take a, what was it, 5-2 finish on the day. Can't be unhappy with that. Lovely stuff. Yes, Cam played very, very well there. Got nothing for him. Tyler didn't get a great start, so he was having to try and fight from the back, but no, other than that, can't be unhappy with it at all. Season points I'm probably way down because my race last week was absolutely abysmal. I'm pretty sure my round 1 was bad as well, actually. Yeah, round 1 and 2 was really, really bad. But I know it's only a small sample size of 2, but since trying to get to grips with the Yami a little bit more, I had a decent Daytona, had a decent day today. It's obviously the meta bike for a reason. No, Ariel was fine last week. Ariel was good. Thank you for being a good lapper as well, Skurt. Always appreciate that. But this has been my favourite track out of the ones of these that we've had so far. Just something about the layout, it just flows nicely. Kind of lock in. Like last week's track had that weird jump over the bridge jump into that corner straight away, so it was a little bit wonky. This one's just nice, flows good. Glad I switched back to the Yami. The thing is, I never feel super comfortable on the Yami. I can't put my finger on what it is. It's probably one of them situations where if I slapped a model swap on and it looked like a different bike, I'd probably ride better. Because the same thing happened to me when I changed like the sound mod on the beta. Before the beta was banned, I started playing really well on the beta as well, and I didn't like it before doing that. So it's just really strange placebo-y things for me. But yeah, the results have not been too shabby. Been decent. Well, I appreciate, as always, gamers. Thank you for spending a couple of hours with me on your Sunday. I know your weekend's a very sacred time. I'm glad you chose to have some of it with moi. I don't know if Troy or anyone like that will watch these back, but really enjoyed racing with Troy in that first moto before I inevitably started crashing a lot. Still playing against Cam, a known cheater. I wish it was true. But you have to, like, from my point of view as well, I did compete against Cam, like, in person, on a stage with computers set up by staff. So unless he smuggled a little USB stick in there, I think Cam is just him. I would love to to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, by the way, Cam's been cheating. It's like, oh, yes, thank God. So I'm not just 40 seconds off pace every single round. I'd love it. But until that happens, I'll just accept defeat, unfortunately. But no, good racing all around there. Very happy. And no Reed today. So that's always nice. No Reed to try and battle against. But I will see you guys. I'm not going to commit to it yet, because it depends what the sleep schedule's like, and it also depends if I go out riding in real life on the Wednesday. But might end up doing MX Simulator Indianapolis. We'll see how it goes. But again, if I'm tired at like 10 PM, I'm not staying up until 1:30 AM to even like qualify. So here's what it is. Spend a bit of time with Linda, watch a little bit of Call of Duty comp, and then yeah, I might make a video on them new SM bikes, see what they're all about. So yeah, thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your nights.